What's good people, and welcome to the Silly Nerdy, Sometimes Wordy podcast, and I'm your host, BK, and this is episode 52, NFL Week 1, first Monday Night Football game, fans breakdown, Jets versus the 49ers, and in this episode, I'm going to give my thoughts on the first Monday Night Football game of the season between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers, as well as a sad note in Hollywood as we have lost a great one in the entertainment business and one fantasy nugget from this game. All right. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody is doing very well. I'm back again with another episode. I'm very happy to be doing this, and yeah, let's get right into it. I'm just going to go right into this note, and it is very sad. Unfortunately, no way to get into this, but the great James Earl Jones has passed away, sadly at the age of 93, surrounded by his family and friends. And of course, if you know who James Earl Jones, I'm sure you've heard his voice and seen him in some shape or way form over his career. He is the voice of Darth Vader, the voice of Mufasa in the Lion King films. But I just want to pay a little tribute to him. And starting off, his career started on Broadway in 1958 at the Cort Theater, which was then later named recently in 2022. They named it after him. It is now called the James Earl Jones Theater. It is located in New York City. James Earl Jones also overcame a stutter as a child. He was born in Mississippi, and let's go through some of his credits, which I've mentioned. Obviously, he is the voice, the one and only voice of Darth Vader in the original Star Wars films and pretty much mostly every Star Wars project. He even came back in 2022 to do it for Kenobi as well. He is also the voice of Mufasa in the Lion King film, the original animated film, and the sequel, as well as the remake that was done in 2019 that was directed by Jon Favreau. He was also in Patriot Games movie in 1992. Obviously, he was also in Coming to America, the original one in 1988. He came back and did the sequel, Coming to America 2, in 2021. He was also in 3 Jack Ryan movies in the 1990s. He also played himself on the CBS comedy The Big Bang Theory. I want to say he was on there more than once, but he was on there. So he has nearly 200 film and TV credits to his name. So I'm sure you've seen him, you've heard his voice. Everyone has heard the Darth Vader in some way or shape, or the Lion King, Mufasa. So James Earl Jones was first married to his first wife, actress, singer Julienne Marie. His second wife of 34 years, Cecilia Hart, she unfortunately died in 2016, and he is survived by his son, Flynn Earl Jones. Again, rest in peace to James Earl Jones. May the force be with you. And he was had a very great impact on TV, cinema. One of the greatest actors of our time, greatest African American of our time, and great human being. So I just wanted to pay a tribute to him, deservedly so. And with that, there is no way to pivot to the main topic. And so we're just going to go right to it. And now we're going to talk about this first Monday Night Football game between the New York Football Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Monday Night Football, good to hear Troy Aikman and Joe Buck on the call. And this game obviously is the return of Aaron Rodgers. I was kind of tracking, make sure he made it past 4 plays, which he did. So that was good. He made it past 4 plays. And keeping an eye on Rodgers, he was able to move around a little bit. He got hit a couple times. That was good to see, and he was able to recover from that. And then it was like, okay, he can get going. So ultimately, he got out the game healthy. They didn't win the game. The Jets, the Niners, ended up winning this game. But Rodgers moved around pretty good. They started off with 2 straight runs, the first 2 offensive possessions for the New York Jets, and then they used a lot of quick game, getting the ball out quickly to his receivers and backs, so not holding on to the ball too fast, kind of getting it out quickly to kind of neutralize the pass rush, so they were able to get through. But a lot of work to do for the New York Jets. They didn't have too many, at least early on, long developing routes, but he ultimately did take a deep shot in the second quarter. So there was a couple of drops that they had. So work in progress, but good that he survived the first game. He'll be in there for week 2. And his stats for this game, Rodgers was 13 for 21, completed 13 passes for 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He got sacked once. So, like I said, he moved around all right. He got out of the game healthy, and ultimately they pulled Rodgers late in the fourth quarter, putting in the backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor, because the game was out of hand, a way for them to come back and potentially win this game. So this is good. I'm just glad that he got out the game healthy. Obviously, the numbers are not great, but it's only week 1. We will see how it goes for the Jets. Breece Hall did get going a little bit. They could have got him going a little bit more. And obviously the pass rusher, they didn't have Hassan Reddick. He is still holding out. He lost $800,000 for not being in this game. So they were still trying to work on a deal getting done, and who knows how that's going to go. So I guess he's willing to lose out on all this money. Okay. So from the San Francisco 49ers side, so it was a surprise inactive running back Christian McCaffrey, Madden cover athlete of Madden 25, Christian McCaffrey. He was inactive for this game. So he did not play, but it was no problem. They had running back Jordan Madison, undrafted guy. He was the starter, and he made the most of his opportunity. He had 28 carries for 147 yards, 1 touchdown. He averaged 5.3 yards per carry. He had a run for 24 yards. He had 1 catch for 5 yards. So they didn't miss a beat there. But what I will say, over the years, head coach Kyle Shanahan has made a living out of having undrafted late round guys come in at the running back position and make great impacts, immediate impacts, and this is no different. So that is not surprising at all. And I think Joe Buck said the stat that this was the 41st or something back to have 100+ yard rushing game that was undrafted or a late round pick. So amazing stat, but that's the system that they have. And so Yeah, so this was a good game. It wasn't really too much competitive. And Brandon Ayuk, obviously, he got paid, but he was not in camp for the majority of camp. He got paid late, so he didn't have too much usage in this game. He was only targeted 5 times. He had 2 catches for 28 yards. He could have had a touchdown, but he dropped one in the back of the in the end zone late in the first half. So that could have been a touchdown there that he missed, but not much usage for Brandon Ayuk. He wasn't given a full workload. So Deebo Samuel was in the backfield a lot. He took multiple snaps at the running back position, and as well as receiver snaps. So, and then George Kittle wasn't too much of a factor in the offense. I mean, he had 5 targets. He caught the ball 4 times for 40 yards. But like I said, it's week 1. There was a lot of spreading around the ball. Brock Purdy, the quarterback, he spread it around. A lot of Jennings. He got some run as well. So it was mainly the run game and Deebo Samuel and Jennings offensively. So yeah, this was I don't think this game was ever in doubt, I want to say, in question. And yeah, Deebo had a solid game. In terms of this is the only fantasy note from this game, because I only had Deebo in one league. Only fantasy player I had tonight. Offensively, he had 5 catches for 54 yards. No touchdowns on the receiving end on 9 targets. However, he did carry the ball 8 times for 23 yards, and he scored via rushing touchdown. So got me points on that one. So a lot of Deebo Samuel usage. And interesting game. This was a home game for the Niners. So started off the season 1-0 for them. No Christian McCaffrey. No problem. And this was solid game for them. We'll see how they go in that tough NFC West division. Will they get back to another Super Bowl again? It is very likely, but we will see. Like I said, not as a competitive game, but it's just week 1. And next week, Monday Night Football, we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm expecting a good game there, possibly high scoring. So we'll see. So big ups to the running back, Jordan Mason. Huge game for him, making the most out of his opportunity. We'll see if Christian McCaffrey will be back for week number 2. The 49ers defense, like I said, they were able to get pressure and get some hits on Aaron Rodgers. They were able to force a turnover as well with the interception, though it was tipped. But a turnover is a turnover. So they were looking good as well. And not too much to say there. So, yeah, this is just a solid game from the 49ers standpoint. And they'll see, like I said, how long is just going to be a one-game thing with McCaffrey. And I'm sure Brandon Ayuk will get more looks, more usage moving forward as they try to ease him back into the game plan, since he was out for almost all of training camp. So that's all I have for this game. And yeah, solid game. Wish it was more competitive. And of course, I wanted to give that tribute to James Earl Jones. Rest in peace. And I think that's all I'm going to have for today. So I hope you learned something about James Earl Jones. I certainly did, looking up this information. I didn't know he was on Broadway. He has a theater named after him, so that's pretty cool. So, and yeah, that's all I have for you today. Please come back and give me another listen. And we are on Spotify and Amazon Music, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts. and YouTube as well. Audio only on YouTube, but definitely search the podcast on there. You can listen on there as well. You can like, subscribe, and comment, all that good stuff. But until next time, we will talk soon.